Hi, I'm Dr. Lenore Fulani. You may be wondering what these young people and these business executives are doing here together in this corporate boardroom. I brought them here. Let me tell you why. Pam Lewis and I are the directors of the Joseph A. Forgione Development School for Youth. The Development School is a leadership training program that brings young people between the ages of 16 and 21 from inner city communities together with business executives from corporate America. Two very different groups of people, that's for sure, but they share a common goal: to learn how to lead and how to succeed by growing beyond their familiar cultural boundaries. These young people are here today because they responded to the Development School for Youth's recruitment drive at their high schools. The business people got here today by donating generously to the Development School for Youth. They donate the funds necessary to create and implement the school's innovative performance learning approach. They are active participants in the school. They work closely with our young people. They lead workshops on business and financial topics. All right, folks, it's nice to see you. Let's talk. I wanted to begin with a question to the young people who are here with us today, all of whom are graduates of the Joseph A. Forgione Development School for Youth. I was wondering, given the rap on you, which is that young people don't like school, they do everything they can do to avoid it, why it is that you've decided to add more school to your lives. Why are you here? Why did you decide to join DSY?
Well, at high school they teach us about math, science, history, but nobody really teaches us about how to interview for a job, write a resume. But the Development School for Youth, it taught us all of those in 12 weeks. I know how it felt to be in a corporate environment, and it made me do better in school.
Actually, I didn't enjoy school because I felt that the teachers didn't put enough effort into teaching. But in the DSY, it's totally different because these are volunteer teachers, so they're actually there because they want to be, and they actually want to help.
Living in Queens, you don't really have the opportunity to go anywhere. But when I got the opportunity to come into Manhattan and see what it was like to see the buildings and see how people dress and so on, it was something that I wanted to do.
I have a question for our adult business leaders. Given who you are, your stature, you could live your lives without ever coming into contact with young people from the inner city. Why is it that you're working with the Development School for Youth? Why did you choose us?
One of the volunteers in the All-Stars told me about the program, and she said, you can't believe the transformation that occurs in only 12 weeks. And I have to say, it's truth in advertising. Probably what's most impressed me about it is how much talent these young people have and how much desire they have to grow and expand. And I think if they're willing to take part in this journey, so am I.
Being so busy, I could actually go through a large part of my life and not have an opportunity to meet with some of our young people. And for me, that would be a tragedy. In light of the fact that I grew up like a lot of them. And I find that this is an opportunity for me to help to extend to our young people some of the opportunities that were extended to me as a young person.
It's an investment in youth, and the guys and girls you bring us are great people and going to have a great future, and we look forward to having a relationship in that future, both personal and from a business standpoint.
I have a question for the students. I wanted to know what it was like for you to come into Manhattan every week and to come into these big buildings. What was that experience like for you?
It's just like, wow, you know, you see the marble floors and security and the hustle and bustle of people going in and out, and it's just like an overwhelming great experience for me.
To actually walk into Manhattan with a friend and just tell them, oh, that big building over there, to know what goes on in every floor, like the 13 floors where the head boss sits at, it was great, you know, just to have the knowledge and experience to be in one of them.
So I want to push you a little bit. Given that the two groupings come from just so very different kinds of worlds, what is it that you learned about each other in interacting through the Development School for Youth?
At first I thought, wow, what am I getting myself into? But when I sat down with different people and talked to them, they wanted to learn more about me than I wanted to learn about them and their companies. And that really changed my opinion on how I viewed the business world.
I think one of the real positive effects that we saw that I probably didn't expect was that the enthusiasm and the optimism, kind of the excitement that the young people had for the internships that they were involved with was contagious, and that it really had a positive effect on the adult professionals that they came in contact with.
When I was asked to host a workshop in this program, we agreed that we were going to talk about investment banking. And, you know, we tried to make it very simple because these kids are only 17. You know, what do they know about banking, investment banking? But the questions were so far beyond what we would normally get from the bankers and the investors that we have to meet with, you know, weekly. Every workshop I get more impressed.
At first I thought corporate people were, you know, stuck up and snotty and they had their jobs. But then after I came to the program, I realized that not all corporate people are like that, and they really want to reach out and help the urban youth, and I'm just glad to have gone through this program.
So thanks, guys. That was a great conversation. It's very exciting to work with you every day and to bring you closer together and watch our program grow. Good work. So there you have it. The Joseph A. Forgione Development School for Youth continues to grow. The number of applications have tripled. We have a waiting list until the year 2004. You heard Tony Huff talk about the impact of having a young person from the inner city with all of their enthusiasm come into your workplace and work in a summer internship. You can have that experience also. You should call us right now, pick up the phone and dial 212-941-9400 and ask for Jill Battalion, our program manager. Thank you.